Hello and welcome to Graphic Design at Sheffield Hallam University. My name is Joanne Lee, I'm the course leader and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about some of the experiences and opportunities that we offer and how to apply for the course. We're based here in Sheffield, which is a place that's known for being incredibly friendly and welcoming. It's a great place to come and study, and especially at this moment when the tools and technologies that we're using and the messages that need communicating are in such an important period of change. Our course will equip you to be creative, critical and imaginative in terms of tackling really complicated real-world design challenges. It's such an interesting time to come and study graphic design at university. We have two different ways of joining the course. One is to join us for our foundation year, which is really great for people who may not have had a chance to experience creative education before they apply to university, or who perhaps don't quite have the full credit points to apply direct to the degree. You'll build your skills, get experience, gain your knowledge, and really make sure that this is the right route for you, so that then you can pursue the graphic design BA route really successfully. If you want to apply direct to our first year, you'll need 112 UCAS points and a creative body of work that you'll show through a portfolio. There are a number of routes through the course once you're with us. You can decide at the end of your second year to take a sandwich placement, which means you go out into industry and get some real work experience there. You'll gain additional skills, and that can be really helpful when you're applying for jobs after graduation. You can also choose to either pursue a general graphic design degree with the breadth of your practice, or whether you want to specialise in something called user experience design, which is a really growing area of practice in our discipline and where there are lots and lots of current job opportunities. As a result of the education with us, we believe that you'll become confident, creative and resilient, and enterprising, having real integrity and being globally minded. That's what education in graphic design at Sheffield Hallam is all about. In order to help you do this, we've got a fantastic tutor and technician team. We're all designers, makers, thinkers, doers, and we're actively engaged in the professional world outside the university, and we bring insights from that to our teaching and to the education that you'll experience with us. As well as our core staff team, we've also got professional visitors that we bring in each year. This year, for example, we've had Eilish Searson and Andy Stevens. We bring in people at the beginnings of their design careers and really well-established people to offer a range of perspectives and to connect you to a whole range of different networks that might prove useful for you when you graduate. The teaching that we offer ranges from the most traditional skills such as letterpress right through to interactivity and to emerging digital possibilities. Whilst you're with us, we work really hard to develop your digital skills. You'll get a whole range of access to hardware, but also to the full Adobe Creative Suite through a Creative Cloud subscription. And to support your development in terms of the technologies that we're using, and also sometimes to go beyond what we offer day to day on the course, you also have a subscription to LinkedIn Learning, which is an amazing set of resources where you can learn everything from coding to knitting. It's a really fabulous resource. Of course, you learn much of what you get from university through working alongside each other and sharing your projects, talking about what you're doing and collaborating. And that happens in our creative student community, which takes place in the studio. Now, obviously, in recent times, we've had to move online and we've been using new tools and technologies to connect, to talk about our projects, support one another, and sometimes just actually to share our pets, as you can see on the left. We work by bringing the outside world in to our studios and our learning experiences. So, for example, we had David Bailey, who was head of user experience design at the BBC, run a week-long design sprint, which teaches students how to be really quick and agile in responding to challenges and how to work with each other in teams to create great resolution to problems that you've been set. We also work hard to build your networks. We have portfolio surgeries where we bring in design studios, agencies, other professionals to offer feedback on your work and to give you a sense about what employers are really looking for in graduates from graphic design. And we know you need to build your confidence up in doing that. So throughout the course, we have crits, we have portfolio shares between students in different year groups, so that by the time you've had your degree education, you're really confident at presenting your work, in talking about your ideas and your opinions. A lot of our teaching happens through projects, and a lot of those come from industry itself. This was a project with a student who responded in a really smart and witty way to an alcohol branding project to actually come up with a no alcohol beer, and had a really fun, engaging, playful app campaign that ran alongside that, really rethinking that it's possible to have fun without drinking. So kind of flipped the brief on its head in a really creative and critical way. We also connect to world-class competitions, so students enter awards like the Royal Society of Arts Student Design Awards. They're often quite sort of social problems that the RSA set. Lewis came up with a really lovely project all about mental well-being through cooking and eating together, which perhaps might not strike you as being something you would do on a graphic design course, but is something that we do here. He won an award. There's usually monetary prizes, and also you get access to internships and other forms of ongoing support. So it's really good to connect to these kind of broader networks. As graphic designers, we're visual thinkers, and we like to think about how even the text that we produce, and you'll be writing throughout the degree, how you might think visually about that, being playful and experimental. We're really interested in practitioners in rethinking what we do in graphic design. We're all active researchers, we're all involved in generating new knowledge, which has been ranked as being really important in the Research Excellence Framework, which is a survey that kind of measures the quality of research in universities. And as part of that research, we kind of, the knowledge that we develop, we bring back to the studios, we use it in our projects, we present public talks that share it with our creative communities. It's really important that we're not just working with existing knowledge, but we're generating new approaches and really rethinking what it's possible to do within the discipline. The other key thing that happens at Sheffield Hallam is a real focus on employability. We want to help you get really great jobs and build careers when you graduate. So there's lots of work experience across each year of study. There's lots of emphasis on developing your digital skills, in resources that are available to build your readiness to develop a career and to build ultimately those distinct graduate attributes that I mentioned earlier. Now that might all seem a bit dry, but actually, you know, we have a lot of fun doing these things. So for example, a real work experience project working with a Sheffield design agency on a major festival about modern architecture enabled a whole group of students to put on an exhibition and create a variety of publicity and interpretive materials that was really engaging to the public, and a really good way of people showcasing how what they do matters in the real world. Some of our students opt to take a sandwich or placement year, and they all speak about how much they gain in terms of working with other different people, in gaining new skills, and in developing the confidence to kind of talk to people and work with people from across the world in that real kind of globally minded way that we're aiming to promote. So it's a really great opportunity to develop further skills beyond that the immediate course offers. As part of our career readiness offer, we connect with our really amazing alumni who are out in the world doing great things. They come in and set projects, they offer advice, they're there when we visit studios. They're there to really connect you to their networks and to make you part of that graphic design at Sheffield Hallam family. We do that back at home too, here in Sheffield. There's lots of organisations like Sheffield Creative Guild, different clubs, different places where you can network and meet other people. You become members of the Sheffield Creative Guild and you can create a profile, showcase your work and meet other creatives in the city. And many of our students are also real self-starters. They've set up, for example, the Design and Illustration Society, which opens up to the wider university and allows people to collaborate and socialise with people from completely different degrees and kind of really, again, build a really diverse and interesting network for themselves. So ultimately, what we're looking for, if you want to apply to us, are the 3 C's. We're interested in you showing that you're curious about the world, that you're looking at the world that you live in, thinking about what matters, thinking about finding things out for yourself. We're interested in people who are creative, who rise to a challenge, who think laterally about things, who are independent. And we are also looking for people who are confident, who can explore your own opinions, who know that you can think for yourself about this world that we live in and what could be done through design. We're looking for this all demonstrated through a broad portfolio of project work that shows us a bit about your process, how you researched, how you reflected on what you did. We think we've got a really great course. We're looking to meet really great people who are curious, creative and confident. I do hope you'll make an application to us and we're really happy to answer any questions that you might have about what's on offer on the course. Thanks very much for listening. Do keep in touch with us and if we can answer any questions, just drop us a line. Thanks again.